All right, welcome back. We cannot leave Raw alone because that's the type of person I am. We think it was broke last time we played with it. But we're going to give it another try because we've learned more. We've gone farther. Every day we get farther and farther. Every time we do something, we get farther and farther, right? So we're going to give it another try. I still think it's broke, but we're going to go for it. Let's see what we can do. So if we're kind of moving fast, I remember it. I remember it pretty good, but I don't really remember I remember getting into it and stuff like that, but I don't really remember doing whatever we did in it. So I'm not gonna pull up the cherry tree for that. I'm actually gonna pull up my regular notes that I have now, wherever they are. So let me go ahead and open file. I just want to open up just my notes. I'm kind of redoing my notes here also. And yeah, so we're gonna get in there, probably take a lot of notes and stuff like that, and we're gonna see what we can do with this thing. Really are. All right, this is gonna take a couple minutes to start up. It is a Windows machine. It's a pretty big Windows machine actually, so it's gonna take a minute to start up, but we'll get it. I do have my folder. I did leave everything in it, so you guys know. So because I know that we need the Spark, and this actually, the very first time I ever did Raw, this actually broke the Kali Linux machine, this Spark program right here. So that's why I'm keeping that open and everything ready to go, because yeah, that actually broke it. So the second time that we did it, it didn't break it. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if we can even run that. I don't remember how we even ran that. Was it with Wine 64 or something like that, Spark? Or we just run spark.dev? I don't even know how we even ran that. Yeah, we're going to have to probably re-download this because I don't remember how the hell we even ran it. Or maybe just unzip it again. Maybe just do a gun zip. Spark. And then we'll do a... Okay. What if I don't care? Probably got to re-download that. But let's go ahead and grab the IP address. Let's start off with an nmap scan. We'll enumerate like we normally do. We'll do everything that we normally do. I remember how to get into it. I remember that. And actually, this machine right here would actually be a great machine to practice some of your PMPT stuff on. Maybe not all the way through it, but getting into the web server, stuff like that. Maybe stuff like that to really practice your PMPT, different stuff like that on it. So this would actually be a good machine for that. It's not pulling anything back yet. He's probably still starting up. It could take a minute for this guy to start. Give it at least 5 minutes to boot. We're at just a couple minutes so far. But I'm impatient because that's the type of person I am. And I'm ready to go. That's a good Coca-Cola Classic right there. Or that's actually 100% Pepsi, whatever it is. I'm also putting all the videos on YouTube. So that's been taking up a lot of time, and then putting the little thumbnails to them and everything like that. I think I might stop doing the thumbnails, not gonna lie. It takes more time to do those damn thumbnails, which really, I don't even put that much effort into the thumbnails, and it takes time. I think it's just because I haven't done it so long, so I have all these videos that are waiting to come out, and I just haven't done it. So now I got to do a whole bunch of them. So it's my own procrastination that's catching up to me. That's whatever. Come on now. Let's get this thing going. Let's get something here. It's been 4 minutes and 3 seconds. That should be close enough to 5. Can't leave Raw alone. Just can't. Just can't even. Who do I have attack PN on before someone says it's Windows? You can't ping it. I have attack PN on. Don't worry. Alright. And just because people are going to say that, I'm going to try to ping it. Because that's how I roll. What's going on here? I'm impatient too. Always spam until the box comes up. And then you get the result but not every port's up. So you're sitting there going through it. You're like, what the heck? You do another nmap scan. There's like 3 more ports open. You're like, whoops. Should have just waited. And then the next box, what do? You sit here and press up and enter the whole time. You do the same exact thing. And then, you see some ports, like, oh, you start going after them. I have got to the point where I do this, and I see some ports, start to look at those, and then do another nmap scan, because I'm so used to, and not. Oh, you know what else helps too? You know what else actually helps out a lot? Is actually connecting to the VPN. You know what I'm saying? That always helps. I was sitting here, I'm like, yo, it's been 5 minutes. This thing should definitely be up. Because usually say give it 5 minutes. It takes like 3, or some of that. So, all right. So we have 53, 3389, 139, 445, 480, 135. So we got RPC running on here, it looks like. So we got a lot of stuff. We're going to get a lot more stuff too coming through. Let's go ahead and start to look at that port 80 first. And that's even if we can. I'm pretty sure we got to change our Etsy host up there. All right, so yeah, this is super ugly, like right here. See how none of this is really showing up and stuff like that? It's mostly because of our Etsy host, like right there. So we may want to just do an nmap scan on port 80 maybe. And that might actually tell us what to put our Etsy host as. Try to be pretty much, hey, it is good. It really is actually good. How to learn Windows Basics. Yo, there's literally a Try Hack Me Windows Basics room, I think. I think there's literally a Try Hack Me Windows Basics or something like that. Or Windows Exploitation Basics and Try Hack Me. Windows Fundamentals, Try Hack Me. There's walkthroughs for it, things like that. Windows Fundamentals 2. So yeah, I'll just start with those guys, figure out, the internal lay of Windows, stuff like that, figure out what's going on with it. From there, just focus on one machine. Don't focus on Active Directory yet. Just focus on one machine, right? And then from there, start to focus on, maybe a couple machines. They're not in an Active Directory network yet, but you got a couple different machines, and then start to focus on Active Directory where you actually have a domain controller and everything like that. That's what I would do. But yeah, that's a lot of people. I think that's why that's why I think every single room in Windows is supposedly a hard room. Or a medium to hard room. Because a lot of people, they keep getting these Linux boxes, a bunch of Linux boxes. You go on Vault Hub, it's all Linux. And then all of a sudden you're on Windows and it's like, oh, crap. That's a lot of ports, Like, whoa. But half of them don't matter, But, let's see here. So we do have Microsoft IIS. The title's WinCore. So I'm going to go with it's probably WinCore.thm. So let's go ahead and actually change our Etsy host to WinCore.thm. We'll throw this into there. And we'll go WinCore.thm. Okay. May also be able to do an NS lookup actually on that guy right there. Or maybe an NS lookup on WinCore.thm. So, but since this box isn't actually connected to anything, I don't think we can. It does have a DNS resolution in there, though. We could also do a remina on this box and maybe actually figure out like what their network's called and everything like that, because it should bring back something like this. Like, okay, so we got fire.wincore.thm. So the machine name's most likely fire, or it might be fire.wincore.thm if the machine name, if there isn't actually a machine name there. So let's try wincore.thm first. And we'll actually do a little Control U, see if this thing says anything in here. We'll look up WinCore. So we do get a HTTP fire.wincore.thm/reset ASP. So I think we want to change this to fire.wincore.thm. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. All right. Don't always trust. What is it? Don't always trust Remino with that, because usually the very first part of it, it's usually something dot something dot something. So it'll be like dc01.wincore.local. You know what I'm saying? Wincore.local is actually it. DC01's that computer's name. So that would be the domain controller, right? So let's go ahead and sudo nano Etsy host. And we'll go down, we'll make this fire.wincore.thm. Now, if we actually changed our DNS server to their domain controller, so into 10.10.105.73, and we did an NS lookup, it should come back fire.windcore.thm. I'm not going to do that because this machine, most likely, it's not a network, you know what I'm saying? But that is something you can do also. Fire.windcore.thm. Did I say windcore or core? How do I type that out? Let's see, host. Windcore. Okay, cool. Well, let me sure I put an S at the end. So we have a bunch of people over here, right? And it looks like our IT support staff, and it looks like we got someone that's green. So it looks like this guy Booze is most likely online, like right now. And it's going to this open fire thing, right? This is actual, it goes to a real site. This one goes to Spark 2.9.4. So we know that they're probably using something with a program Spark, right? How do you mind all the Windows commands? How do you remember all of them? Doing them repeatedly, a million times. All right, so we got these people over here. We have our employee in focus. We got 3 employees here, right? And let's go ahead and really, if we brute force this site, if we try to do vhost, we're not really going to find too much at all. But if we go to reset password, right? You always want to check the reset password field, right? You always want to see if you can reset someone else's password. And what is your mother's maiden name? No idea. First grade teacher's name? No idea. Was your favorite pet's name? We might actually have an idea on that. And what was your first car? Let's look back at these people down here, right? So we had these users up here, right? Then we have this Lily Levesque. Let's see if she's one of the people up here. She's actually not. I actually thought she would be. Okay. So she's not part of IT, but Lily's got a dog in her picture. And let's go ahead and open that image in a new tab. And we see that's Lilyle and Sparky. We go back here, Lil, right? YLE. So it looks like their usernames are first and then the 2 second letters of their last name. The first 2. Yeah, this is 100%. This is 100% realistic right here. This part, like right here, is 100% realistic. You can do this. You can go on like Indeed.com and figure out usernames. You go on Indeed.com and see, okay, oh, are they hiring? Right? Or not Indeed. And LinkedIn to figure out usernames, some of that. We can go on Indeed and see, are they hiring? And if they're hiring for a Cisco, a Cisco router 3900 expert or whatever, some crap like 3950, you can look at it and be like, huh. So I could really think Cisco 3950 is in their business, right? And also, dumpster diving is still a really big thing, right? You get all this new equipment, right? They take it out of the box, they put it up. What do you do with the user manual? Since 90% of us are men that watch this channel, we throw it in the trash, right? Because who needs a user manual? We don't need that shit. So we throw it in the trash, and it all gets thrown in the trash, and then somebody bad comes, and they dumpster dive, and they see, oh, this guy just got this type of server, this type of router, this, here's the user manual for it. The user manual has freaking passwords in it, a username, default username, password maybe, something like that, right? Or I could just look it up. Or they have this printer with this default username and password, right? And they just got it. So the default username and password is probably still there until they actually build the whole thing and stuff like that. So we started looking at things like that. But it looks like they're using their first name, last 2, or second 2, right? So we can take all these people in here and we can start to say, okay, cool. So I would go with it's Aneta Vi, right? If I was going to try to brute force this. But we don't really even need to brute force this because we have a name up here. We have Sparky. So we have Lily, right? And Sparky. Well, one of the questions was, what's your favorite dog, right? So we think the username is Lily. And what's your favorite pet's name? She has a picture with her dog. So let's go with Sparky. Wrong username or secret. Okay, that's okay. Let's go with Sparky. Maybe it's case sensitive. And there we go. Your password is changed to reset to change me 1234. So we now have a password for Lily, right? We don't really have anywhere to log in with it yet, but we have a password, right? So that's an easy day already, right? We already have a username, we have a password. We might have had to build the usernames off of, what we already had, right? We might have had to build them all, like all those guys over there, and maybe do a brute force on it or something, There's a lot of different things we could have done with just Lily's picture right there and getting that Sparky, right? So we have that. So we have change me 1234. So let's go ahead and make a nano user pass.text, which I probably know I don't. Lilyle, right? That was her name. Lilyle. Yep, Lily Sparky. Or change me 1234. Was there a pound sign in there? I'm pretty sure. Change me pound sign 1234, and the C and the M are capitalized. So it's going to be a change me pound sign 1234. So we now have a username at least, right? So, and we're still enumerating everything. We still have these ports and everything coming through. And we have 139.445. So that would be the very first thing I go after, right? It's 139.445. And maybe if they had LDAP on here, you know, then I try to do like an LDAP dump. Those would be the first things, the low-hanging fruit that I would go after. So let's go ahead and do we'll clear that out. So let's go ahead and we'll do a crack map exec maybe. And we have Lily, right? So we can see if she's able to log in anywhere. Lilyle with a password of change me, right? 1234. And we have an IP address, right? So let's go ahead and grab the IP address. Copy that in there. Hit enter. And obviously, hey, thanks a lot for the follow. Some random from all right. So it's saying that we cannot log in, right? Now, we don't know if that's true yet or not, because it tried to log in first off wincore.thm. I feel like we should be trying to log in with fire.wincore.thm, but that might be the machine name. All right. And also, this is not an entire network. If this is like an entire network, and it said no, I'd be like, okay, maybe not. And I also spelled Lily wrong too. That's another problem too. So we should be able to get in here, but we should be able to fire. You can also fire crack map exec though off an entire network. So let's say we just didn't have this one machine. And we can. Well, it says that username and password is valid. That's what that's saying. Okay. It's a valid username and password. It may not get any information. It may not be allowed to log on. It may not be allowed to RDP. It may not be allowed to WinRM. But that username and password does exist somewhere in here, right? Glad to see you live again. Dude, Darren, I've been going crazy with being live these past few weeks. So this guy's saying like, hey, we can get in somewhere. Now you can fire this across the entire network also. So we can do like a 10.10.10.105.0/24. We can also say for, let's say we had a bunch of IP addresses, we can also put that at IP addresses. So we can do like ips.text, or, you know, something like that, right? But right now we fired it off at this machine. It's saying, yes, it can get in. Now, if we see a pond next to it, that means that, yeah, it got into that machine, okay? But we know we should at least be able to get SMB now, right? So let's go ahead and do an SMB client. Let's do attack L first because we don't know of anything that's in there, right? And let's first just see if we can log in anonymously, because we never actually tried that, right? In real life, we would want to try this. Anonymous login was successful. We don't see anything, right? So it wasn't really that successful, was it? Lilyle with the password of change me 1234. Let's try this. And we may have to change Lily to actually be fired.wincore.thm or wincore.thm. Doesn't look like we do though. It looks like she can log in locally to this machine. So we have a shared and we have a user. So I want to go to users first and see if we can gather any more usernames that we can fire across this network maybe. So we get a bunch of people, right? Bunch of people, and these all look like they're already, this actually looks like the user's file in here, right? In Windows. So it looks like what we could technically do actually is just copy this whole thing, throw it into Sublime text, Sublime users.txt, right? And as we can see, I already did it, okay? But we can throw the whole thing into there and then delete off all the crap that we don't need, right? Oh, what's up, Christy? How you doing? Darian, how you doing? Just a guy. How you doing? All right. So we could grab all those usernames, throw them into here. And what we technically do is we could be like, okay, who else hasn't changed their password from ChangeMe, right? So let's go ahead and do attack you. Let's do a users.txt and see if anybody else falls under that, right? And we'll just fire that off. Or maybe you could use a password list, especially if it's a small password list, you know, something like Fast Track or some of that. Just use a password list, especially if you only have a few users. I mean, this is a lot of users, even just for Fast Track. That'll be a lot of users. You know, you have to start breaking down everything, but you can do something like that, you know, something easy. Start thinking a little bit outside the box there. So we do that, right? Now we know we can get in with her there. Let's see if we can move around traverse directories here. No, we cannot. Okay, let's see if we can CD in these different people. Like CD in a white leopard. We can. So we know we can traverse directories in here now too, right? So we could start from the top. Let's see if we can CD into administrator, because that would be a really good one. Okay. And we can start to look at all these different things. And obviously, if I was doing like a test or something like that, depending on how long I had to do it. So if I'm doing like ECPBT or some crap like that, you know, I would definitely look through every single one of these people when I could. It looks like I'm getting a lot of access denied, though. But I would definitely do that. And you may even be able to use SMB map for this or something. What's the name of the company? Name of the company for these guys is WinCore THM. Is that what you're saying? So we know we can get in there. We know we have a bunch of users. We just fired off ChangeMe #123. Nobody 1234. Nobody else had that problem. It's only her that has that problem right now, right? So let's go ahead and get into the other one, which was share, I believe. Shared. Let's go ahead and look at this one real quick. Okay, let's try to, because supposedly we can look at it, I think. We have a shared link right there. We have users link right there. Let's try this again. Let's try it with WinCore fire.wincore.thm. And we'll put in that ChangeMe 1234 password, wherever that's at. Okay, and we're in there. There we go. So let's do a dir, and we get our flag1.txt. Awesome. Go ahead and get that. Can't do it like that. We got to get flag1.txt. And then we see this spark, right? Boop, 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 boop. Hey, thanks a lot for the follow. Double clicks. Thank you very much. Then we see the spark, right? We see an executable, we see a gun zip, DMG, and dev, all right? So we see the spark 283. Maybe try WinCore 2022 or 2021. We could. I mean, that is something. We could try. Let's make a little password file of all the WinCore stuff. Nano pass.txt. We'll do WinCore THM, WinCore 2021, WinCore 2022, WinCore THM 2021, something easy like this. This is not the way in, but I mean, this is a good practice, you know. We can do something like that. Fire that off. Obviously, we want a lot more than just that. But we want to, you know, you can use password lists. They'll actually start to look at it, like Python lists. They'll look at that and make it like lowercase, uppercase, and do all this crazy stuff with it. That's a lot of letters to go in there. But from there, we can do a pass.txt. We can fire that off and see if we get anything. So, but we do see the Spark 283. So let's go ahead and look up that. Spark 2.8.3 exploits. Because we know what they're running that. And we know what they're running that Spark because in this guy, the web page over here, we already went to OpenFire, and it says Spark 2.9.4. They have Spark 2.8.3 in their SMB share, which means that's probably what everyone's using. You know? So, let's go ahead and look at, we have Spark 2.8.3 vulnerabilities and exploits, right? An issue was discovered on Windows. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what this guy's. Vulnerability Spark XMPP client and its ROR module. Okay, 2.8.3. So when we open a chat with another user, we can send an image tag to that user with an external URL as the source of that image like this. Okay? Each time the user clicks the links or the ROR module automatically preloads it, the external server receives the request for the image together with the NTLM hashes from the user that visits that link. So we can fire up responder. We have SMB server still on this responder. We fire off this, and he actually does Lily Levesque. I don't know if you guys realize that or not. This is actually Lily Levesque. So they actually wrote it on this room, like right. I think it's pretty funny. Yep. Yeah. So this one's Lily Levesque. So we can actually fire this off and hopefully get Lily Levesque's hash back. Now, if you really want to do some open source intelligence, you actually click on this file, scroll down, and you can actually type in all that, like right there, and then just crack it. In all honesty, because they're using this box. Like you saw Lily Levesque on there. They're actually using this box to showcase it. The attack. So, so you could technically just do this and booze, B-U-S-E, right? If we look over here, sure enough, there's a booze. So we could technically just do that. We're not going to, but that's something that we could do. I know I have Spark on here somewhere. Let me go ahead and locate Spark. If it's still on here. I may have deleted it. So I downloaded it. So I did download it. So let me go into CD and downloads. Let me see if I still... Okay, so Spark is in here. So you can download that guy. I want to suggest using the gunzip file. I would suggest going out and actually downloading Spark 2.8.3 Kali Linux install. And you can go ahead how to install Spark 2.3 IM for OpenFire and Ubuntu. There you go. All right, so you can find it all in here. Download that guy. Download Spark 2.8.3. All right, from that link. Go ahead and follow this guy like right here. And this is the one that did not break my machine. One of them did. All right, one of them broke my machine, okay? So we have that. Now, a little bit of a problem like right now is can I just... Let's try again to Spark. Let's CD into Spark like real quick. And let's do a /Spark. Let's see if this opens up. Okay, so it does. And we already have Lily password in there and everything. All right, Lily Levesque. Now, I don't remember. Let's see here. Because we should have had to gather her password. I had mine on all logon. So I'm trying to think. How did we get her password the first time? Because it obviously didn't come with Lily's password already in it, right? So I'm trying to remember how we got her password the first time that we did that. Yeah, so it's the way to communicate with the other users on this box. And we can actually log into it. Oh, you know what? It might have actually been, I think we actually did do it to change me 1234, and that was her password. I think it was the same exact thing. So, you know, let's log out. Let's see. Because, I mean, worst case scenarios, we have to get back into it, right? So, let's go ahead and do change me #1234 and see if that works. So, our domains can be fired out onecore.thm. Lily, right, is the guy there. Log in. The woman that we're logging into, right? Oh, uh-oh. Accounts. Oh, we can just create a new one. Lily, password. We'll do change me #1234. Let's see if this works. I already messed that up. You know what? I got a better idea. We're going to create a new account. We might as well create an account that we can. Ooh, account cannot be created. So how do we... Can we log in anonymously? How did we get Lily the first time? Okay, it was changed 1, 2, 3, 4. I just messed up the password, that's all. That's all I did. I just messed up their password. So it was changed 1, 2, 3, 4 still. Pound sign 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we get into Spark, right? And now Spark says that it has this exploit, right? If we read this guy over here. So let's get responder turned on. Right, so let's do a responder. Sudo responder, tac I, what interface, right? Now if I do an ifconfig, I'm on tunnel 0 because we're using try hack me, right? So we're gonna do responder, sudo responder, tac I, ton 0. And we want our SMB server to be on. Oh, tac capital I, my fault. And we want SMB server to be on, right? Right now, SMB server's off. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that on. So we're going to do a sudo nano / Etsy responder, I believe it is. Responder.com. Yep. And then we can turn on our responder, our SMB. We're just going to say on. Let's go ahead and hop back into there. Scroll up, and sure enough, SMB is now on. Okay. Now turn on, we can also do a sudo responder tag WPAD. Is it WPAD or just WAD? Okay, see how we just turned on WPAD like right there? Thought that it was A for off, but maybe not. But I know you can turn on everything else also if you really want to, okay? No, was it provided by the system? No. We, what, responder or Spark? We found Spark because it was in their SMB folder. Spark was also on their website. So we know that they're talking to each other through Spark. We then downloaded Spark 2.8.3 because that's what they have. Looked up any exploits for it, and sure enough, there is an exploit where we can catch the NTLM hash from a user as long as we send them an image file. We want our SMB server on so they can come back to our SMB, right? Because we're going to do image source, external IP, us, okay? So let's go ahead and see who is online. All right, let's see conferences, contacts, search for people on the server. Let's go ahead and start looking at who's online, right? So we think we can come over here, and we think we see different people online. So Booze has been online for a while, right? And Anita's online, and Netta and Isabella looks like she might be idle. I don't know what yellow means. Looks like she might be idle. Oh, the new password we have, yeah, it's the change me 1, 2, 3, 4. That works for both. That works for the Spark also, yes. So it obviously connects back to the server. It's the same password management that they're using for both things. So we have Booze, right? B-U-S-E. Now we know that the username was B-U-S-E because we already got that from the user, from the SMB server, right? So let's head back over to here, and we'll say, hey, we want to look for Booze. And we find Big Duck. Don't want to mess up that name. Booze. There we go. Okay, so Booze, Camden. Yep. Let's go ahead and see what he's all about, right? As you can see, I've done this maybe once or twice. All right, let's go ahead and send that to him with our IP address of 10.13.26.184. And let's see if we get anything back over here. We already tried that. Change me 1, 2, 3, 4. We already tried that one. We did a crap map exec and shot the user file at change me 1, 2, 3, 4 and got nothing back. That was this one, like right here. Hey, thanks a lot for the follow, Utah 2K 2020. Thanks a lot. Okay, so we should be receiving something back over here. Now, this box is extremely finicky. Okay, as you can see, we did this many a times. Okay, so let's try it with the HTTP maybe. Or maybe a // 10.13.26.184. This box is extremely, extremely finicky though. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Are you good, just a guy? I'm moving pretty quick also, so you're good. All right, let's try it with HTTP this time. Let's try that. Now we got quite a few different ones right up there. So hopefully one of them get through. They're all going to Booze, whose Booze is still online. He's the only one that's remained online, actually. Let's go ahead and check out that exploit paper again. So I kind of want to see what file they actually sent. Spark 2.8.3 exploits. And we're still not getting anything back over here. Still listening. But like I said, this guy is extremely, extremely finicky. So I'm actually not too surprised we're not getting anything back yet. It's kind of annoying how finicky he is because you think like, oh, this isn't going to work. It actually does. You can see how many times we sent up an image file last time. See what I'm saying? We sent up a bunch of them last time. So it's just extremely, extremely finicky. That's all it is. It's actually kind of annoying. Still nothing over here. There is no chat history. And the only creds we're going to get with chat history would be hers. But yeah, there's nothing else in here. There's nothing in here at all. There's no contacts. We got this right here. Nobody in there. View downloads, nothing. Broadcast history, nothing. Broadcast message. Could try to put the broadcast message there, see if that works. There's no one even in there for that. That would have been sweet if we could just broadcast a message. If we could make a freaking conference and just broadcast a message, that would have been freaking sweet. You know? But yeah, there's absolutely nothing else in here. Like I said, this part, we've done this before. We've actually gotten past this part before. It's just super, super finicky. Like I'm saying, stupid finicky. How bad it is. Like, it gets real bad. Try with a JPG file, maybe? Try to make sure that that is actually our IP address still. Like, I think we had to reset the box a couple times for this to actually work, this part. 10.13.26.184. This is all we have. This is peak technology. It really is. It really, this is the this is what we got like right here. This is about it. You know? This really is the just amazing of what we're doing here, huh? Let's try to kill this guy. Really, really is. I do remember once it came through hard. It just kept, it didn't stop. It was like a train rolling through. This actually looks like an AOL chat room. The peak of performance. Hey. You know, this is what happens. S&B server's on. Oh, God. I love it. I love it. You can't get, you know. You just gotta love it, you know. Nothing else you can really do. Christy, I'm pretty sure, remembers this. And how horrible it was just to get a, hash. Tech R still work? Tech R doesn't work anymore. I don't know why. Tech R used to work. There we go. Can't miss that. Go live in the woods. Hey, this is the peak technological advancement that we're making, like right here, right? No one ever said it was going to work good. Okay? This is just such shit. Yeah, I think Christy, as soon as she said, oh, the chat one. Yeah, she knows. She remembers how miserable this was the first time. And I think the second time. And now the third time now. So it's just, you know, really, really amazing stuff we're working with here. What's up, Oreo? You remember this? And how we just like reset it like 10 times and finally it just decided to, oh yeah, I'll work this time. Try JPEG. Let's try .png. Let's try .jpeg. God, it's such trash. Who remember the last box? What? Quisiris or whatever? Or something like that? You can't even do the last box anymore because you need stuff out of the first couple boxes from what I heard. Alright, we're going to reset them. Because it should only take about a second and then all of a sudden it comes back. But again, God, they're such trash nowadays. It's like they get worse, the boxes, as they just keep getting worse. Well, nothing's happening, Christy. Again, the hash wouldn't come through. I don't know if you remember this from last time, but we had that same exact issue. And then all of a sudden, it just decided just to blast through like, you know, nobody's business. Just came through and was like, there you go. Like, oh. I probably actually still have the hash somewhere. I do. I have the hash, actually. So if it doesn't work this time, we're just going to keep going. Yeah, the problem is you need parts out of different boxes to finish the last one, but they're all broke. So getting the parts from those different boxes may not actually happen. If it does it again, I'm literally just going to, because that's how you do it, like right there. If it does it again, because we obviously got the NTLM before, I'm just going to freaking just crack that again. And it really is annoying, isn't it? It really is. Especially when it continues to happen. And like, obviously, they know about it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, people know about it. It continues to happen. So I mean, like, it's like, yo, like, something needs to be fixed here. Especially when they're like subscription boxes, stuff like that. It's like, yo, like, you need to fix something here because this continues to happen, but it's broken as shit. Change trust, yeah. Could do that. I could see it for like the free ones. You know, say for the free ones, it's like, hey, like this is really nice to have, stuff like that, you know. I could actually see it for that. For the subscription ones, it's like, yo, like, nah, you need to fix it. Whoopsie daisy. Fuck. Okay, what the hell's going on now? Now Lily can't log on. Love it. Love to see it. God damn it. Oh boy. Whoopsie daisy. I keep pressing buttons. Yeah, I keep pressing buttons. They ain't doing shit, but keep pressing them. Lyle, right? Isn't that her name? Might have spelled her name wrong. Lyle. Okay. I like how he logged in a minute ago though, but now we can't log in anymore. Alright, I'm just about done with this box again. So it's done it again. I want to get back on it. Thought we might be able to complete this time. That was a stupid thought by me, huh? That was a stupid idea by me. My fault. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So so damn broke. I don't think the sysadmin's really doing their job. Their password isn't being changed. Fucking hate. I hate this thing. Maybe it's not fully up yet. Maybe the box isn't fully up yet. It's only been 7 minutes. Because we can't even... Oh, no. We should be able to get on that. Never mind. That's not the correct IP address. Okay, so they win on that one. I don't think this box is actually difficult. Because I remember we got through it pretty quickly. So I don't think it's actually difficult. I think it's just... Like, if it doesn't work, then you can't hack it, right? Like, that's a thing, right? You fucking trash, dude. Like, seriously? Like, now it just does not work anymore. You're just trash. You're about as good as fucking Helen Keller trying to read a bedtime story. Alright, let's see her. Sparky. Yeah. It's unhackable. It's kind of like the Marine Corps network. The Marine Corps network's unhackable. You can't do anything. You can't work at all. Nothing works. But it's 100% unhackable because nothing actually gets done in it. So... It's great. We have so much security. No, it's just broken, guys. That's all it is. It's just broke. All right, we changed the password 3 times and we got on. Yeah. Does it affect our employees on daily? Yes, it does. Does it make people quit? Yes, it does. But by God... Do we know what the hell's ever going on? No, we do not. But by God, no one will ever get in this network. It's like, sir, I don't think anyone's trying to. You know? Do I look for booze again? The good news is that we can just look at the other 400 texts that we sent to them. Just copy and paste it and send it again, huh? Let's get responder fired up. Whoa, what did you just do? Why can't you connect to anything? Why is Tunnel Zero all of a sudden... Oh, probably because it's already up and running. That's why I'm sitting here like, whoa. Like, what is happening here? Why did Tunnel Zero all of a sudden just couldn't do anything? You should go our hardware about half. This tweet always cracks me up. What tweet? Oh, you know, DC, Hadu, we're doing great. We're doing something at least. How about that? We are doing something. We're on the same box that we've been on many of times. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, hey, if it doesn't work again, what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and grab that hash, because I already got the nettlm hash from doing this exact thing at one point. So if it doesn't work this time, I've already gotten the hash once before, so we're just going to crack that hash again. Well, it's kind of figured I just already used because we have the SMB server on up here. It's not going to work. Alright, we're just going to crack the hash again because this is taking way too long. And this has happened before. So there we go. We got booze. That's all that matters, like right there. So let's go to Evil WinRM. Into booze. Is that the way to do it? No, you're supposed to get up there, but shit, we already did it like a month ago on that guy. And Christy can tell you that's that last time we did that, it was next to impossible. Like, we just set it up like 200 times. Reset it like 200 times. Finally, was like, oh, yeah, here you go. Like, I work now. You're like, oh. Like, by the time it even happened, it wasn't even exciting. It was one of those kind of things, you know? All right. Let's go ahead and Evil WinRM. Let's try getting to booze. See if we can Evil WinRM in. Maybe it's more of an SMB thing. You can always craft map exec him. Always try that like right there. Ready domain. Or just because this guy's up and running. What is going on now? Is it the password that's messing it up? I don't like this box. Is that the IP address? No, that's not the IP address. That's why. Okay, okay, okay. So you're like, I just do not like this box. Okay, that's okay. My fault. All right, let's go ahead and throw the correct IP address in there. Guess I threw the wrong one in there. That's the old one. And let's go ahead and try to do another craft map exec on this guy. See if we can actually... So we did get into Evil WinRM. So we don't really even need to do that. But we'll do it anyways. I guess we can actually keep this up and running. Just keep throwing crap at this guy. To see if the hash volume comes through. It probably won't. Because it comes through pretty much immediately. I think when it actually did work, it was like immediate. Like whenever it actually did work. So let's go ahead and... Let's do a whoami/priv. Okay, nothing really. Whoami/group. Groups. So now, this is right where it kind of started to fail for us last time, right? Which, you'll be amazed we got that out there. But, let's go ahead and let's start to break down what is happening in this network, right? So, I think last time, did we ever, I don't remember if we ever threw in, ever ended up throwing Bloodhound at it. But I don't think we need to. Because we have account operators here. If you look at account operators, right? Privileged accounts and token privileges, right? So account operators, that's one of them, right? We can actually create users with account operators. That's something that we are 100% allowed to do. All right. So account operators allows creating non-admin, wherever it went. Account operators allows creating non-administrator accounts and groups on a domain. Allows logging into the DC locally. Okay, so we can create a user on here. So we can create a net user Ryan password 1/add. And that should work. And it did. Okay, we can't put them into a administrator group. So if we did a net user /add Ryan, or net local group /add Ryan into net local group administrators, administrators /add Ryan, we can't do that because we can only make local users, right? But that's okay. We can make account operators, right? So we made a new account. Now, if I remember correctly, let's go ahead and CD in the C drive. I remember we didn't really see too much on, if we did do a Bloodhound, I don't remember seeing anything that stuck out. We do have a scripts folder in here. That's a big deal. Let's CD into scripts. Check servers.ps1 and a log.txt. Can we look at that? Check servers.ps1. Okay, we can look at that. So let's see what we got here. Reset the list of view hosts. Okay. Notification to Brittany at cr.wincore and admin at wincore. Okay. So it looks like notification is going to Brittany. Test connection, computer name count, invoke expression, the host. Where's it pulling from? It's pulling from get content from C users Brittany CR host.txt. Okay. So can we change Brittany's password and log into Brittany? Okay, so we can change Brittany's password. So we've now changed Brittany's password. We know that this script is getting the content out of C users Brittany CR host.txt, right? So if we go to that host.txt file, we know the script is getting content out of there. So we may be able to, can we eval WinRM in as Brittany? If we can't, we should be able to get in tech-i. What was their IP address? So we can get in tech-i, tech-u. We got Brittany CR, right? What was her name? Brittany CR. Brittany CR. Tech P. And we put in a new password for her, right? Jeez. If we can't get it like this, that's okay, because I think we can get into SMB, which the SMB pointed back at the user's folder, so we should be able to technically get into Brittany's folder if we log in, obviously, as Brittany, right? So it doesn't look like that's going to work over here. That's okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can get into Brittany's folder. If we can, then we'll make a host.txt file, and we'll see what theirs says, and we'll just replace it if we can get into SMB. Let's do an SMB client. Let's do a tech-l again, because I don't remember what the heck the thing was. I think it was users or something of that, right? Oh, God. Something happened. Hey, thanks a lot for the follow, Altiso. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go ahead and let's look for the IP address here. Boom. Okay, whatever. Yeah. We already got account operators, so that's okay. And we'll do tech-u. It's going to be Brittany, B-R-I-T-A-N-N-Y. B-R-I-T-A-N. Brittany. See, that's why I named my daughter Skylar. Before it was cool to name someone Skylar, though. And PS on SSW081. Alright, Frank, you have a good one. Have a nice walk. So we do have that users. Let's go ahead and get back into that users folder there. Okay. So if we dir this guy, we should be able to get into Brittany CR now. And we can, and we have that host.txt. Let's go ahead and get that host.txt, and let's see what that thing's all about. So, let's move this guy over. Holy Windows! I know someone's thinking that right now. Google.com, Cisco.com. Okay. So now, what if we just create we made a user called Ryan, right? We made that. So what if we nano host.txt, and we just do net local group administrators /add Ryan. I feel like we've actually done this exact thing before. Let's go ahead and delete host.txt. And then let's put host.txt, right? My host.txt over here. So now if we type host.txt, or if we get, let's remove tech rf, this host.txt out here. If we get host.txt again, it should be the one that we just made. And it is. Okay. Let's try that. Because that's running in PowerShell, right? So let's just try that. So we got Brittany's file now and everything like that, right? Can you see if you can get Skylar a new ID card? You may be. Okay. We'll try. All right. So we did all that, right? We should have in host.txt now. There should be that new file. I wonder if we can actually do a net local group remote management users /add Brittany. Can we do that? We can. So we can actually make Brittany be able to evil winrm attack you Brittany CR at this password, and we should actually be able to get in there. Just like that also. Since we just put her into remote management users. Unless there's something else that's actually blocking her, then we should actually be able to get into like that. Let's do a net local group administrators. And Ryan should show up there now. He's not, but he should. And I feel like he's actually not going to, because I remember actually doing this last time, and I don't think this script worked anymore. So I think that's like right where we were stuck at. And there's no real other way to actually go up from here, I think. Because we just ran the script now. Oh. What's that? Access denied. I'm not allowed to run the script, okay? Can Brittany run the script? That is 100% not the IP address I want to go to, though. I don't know why I keep picking the wrong IP address. Keep picking some stupid IP addresses. I don't know what the hell that even is. Okay. So we are in his Brittany now, so we can actually run that script. Is Brittany an admin? What is Brittany allowed to do? I just find it weird that Brittany's on that file also, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so she cannot. Okay. But she can go into our own folder and run that script, right? Well, there's the host.txt. CD in the C drive. Let's go ahead and CD into scripts. This thing just like shot up for some reason, so a lot more crap has happened. She can't go into scripts, the other guy can, okay. A little bit annoying. Let's get back into booze. And let's go ahead and CD into the scripts. Type out that, what's that log.txt? Last ran not too long ago? Okay. And Ryan's the hell out of there. Yeah, I think the check server's PS1 script is broken. I think that's why this might be impossible. Text. I'll see something. This thing's is scheduled to run. This check servers.ps1, right? Can we delete it? No. I think this is why this box might. I don't think the server works anymore. We tried to do a couple different things. Okay. C users, Britney CR. Just want to make sure it's going to the right place and everything like that. C users, Britney CR, host.txt. hosts.txt. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a echo net local group administrators Ryan/add/domain. Something like that maybe. Oh, echo that into host.txt. We'll see if we get anything in about a minute or so. See if anything comes through. We'll see if that script still works, I guess. Net local group administrators. Still out of there. We should see him in there, but he's not. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a crack map exec SMB at this IP address. Tac U Ryan, tac P. Password 1. Oh, no. Well, he can get in. He's already there, right? He already exists. But we can't do anything with him. Like, if we try to evil 1 out move with him or something like that. I got excited for a second there. Because we already made him as a user, right? Now we're just trying to get him to a local group, right? Goes something like this. Try something like that. Now if we type out that host.txt, that should add Bob as a user, then as a administrator after that script runs. But oh boy, that was a horrible idea. Whatever I just did, like right there, huh? We think it's supposed to run every minute. One day this box will work. One day it will. That day may not be today. But my God, one day it will. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's prove to the domain. Let's do that. Let's see if maybe it's something to do with the domain. How the domain name is and everything like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a before we mess with anything else. Nothing in there. Echo net local group administrators administrators / add George, who's now part of the domain, right? Into host.txt. We just put George in. George is part of the domain. He's a net user and everything like that. So technically, as long as that thing's actually running what it says that's running, that would work. But obviously, this thing isn't really running what it says that's running. So, you know. Nothing. Let's fucking go! Yo, we finally got one. And I'm 99% positive we added that. We did it with semicolons last time. We did it without semicolons. Last time we did this, we did it without it. So last time we did it, we were at least able to do this. This time, we're able to get them into the domain. It finally freaking worked. Evil win RM. We got George in there. Tac I. Fucking shit. Let's go. It only takes 3 to 4 times to do the box. You'll get one piece of information each time. That's what makes it hard. This box really was not that difficult except for that one part. CD into users, administrator, directory, CD into desktop. Oh my God. Get flag3.txt. Just async. Type, I was about to say what? Type flag3.txt. All right, let's go. There we go. How many times did that take? That took like 3 or 4 times the other day. And we still didn't even actually finish it because we never got the actual second part of it. But I promise you, if you do that, what we did in here, and you keep restarting the box, you keep resetting it, it will finally work. I know that's not really what you want to hear, but I promise you it actually will. So, that's not at all what you guys want to hear, but obviously we have done it before because we have the NetNTLM hash. So we've actually done before. A couple of you were actually on stream when we done before, so. Alright, we finally got it. I'm freaking stoked. I am stoked that we finally were able to complete that box.